Oh. What's up, everybody? Yeah. What is up? What is up? No Portuguese. $3K tonight, yes. We will hit 3K tonight. And hopefully we hit it soon. What's good, Percy? Good to see you, brother. I wish I could translate. Wish I could translate. You have 2 perfumes. I have too many. Mucho. Let's see what the algorithm does tonight, Kicks. Oh. Snipers on deck, Trev. Snipers on deck. I wish Aventus was king. Then I wouldn't have to collect anymore. What's up, everybody? Snipers on deck. Everything beats a Venice. Everything beats a Venice, bro. We don't even have to travel to other DNAs. We could just go straight up to Hasselvat and call it a day. We don't even have to name a different fragrance. We can name the same fragrance. Hey, Kicks, did you notice that with Nasamato, they come with these little... Look at this. Look how crazy this is. Who wants to put the fragrance out like that? Isn't that nutty? We might have to switch some of these out, bring some other ones to the forefront today. What's that pine fragrance you recommended a couple of nights ago? Lalik Lin Sumi. Forest green, pine sap, and Morning Dew. Crazy good. So good. My gosh. My gosh. I might do a second memoir on this fragrance. Wow. Insane. You could send them to anything, Emmanuel. There's a lot of amazing content that was posted this week. Linsumi is L'Insumis. L'Insumis. Lalik Linsumi. Even if you spell it wrong, it'll correct it. What up, Remix? What up, John? What up, Percy? I'm interested, actually. Let's do some comboing tonight. So a couple variations I want to try. I want to try going green and adding a woody base. So we'll go Lalik on top, get the most woodiest fragrance we're familiar with, a la Extreme. So we can get like some grown man vibes. Insane. And then I wanted to put cherry with it. So we'll go low medial extreme. Yeah, cherry's the word. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. We're trying to hit 3K tonight. We only need 15 subs. 15 subs tonight. Do you have Dolce & Gabbana? Yeah, light blue, oh intense, and forever. Do you have Jean Paul Gaultier? Lamal Elixir. Everything else I don't wear. Do you have any gourmand fresh aspects like acro bake, something along those lines? Probably Casamarati Lyra or Kerosene Unknown Pleasures. Lemon airy cupcakes. Dolce & Gabbana, the one I don't wear anymore because I have too many fragrances like it, but it is a classic. Can you tell me Minya Paris Corner? I mean, I know, I'm very familiar with Paris Corner, but I don't know what you're asking as a question. What up, Zhao? What up, Jem? Don't double question in here, guys. You'll get sniped. Which Sauvage is the best? EDP or Parfum if you're under 25, Sauvage Elixir if you're over 25. Oh, Minya's a 7 out of 10. Cool, Jason. Appreciate you, brother. Best Jean Paul Gaultier Lamal Elixir, no question. Versace Light Blue, oh intense, not the original. What happened to Kerosene? They used to be on everyone's list. I don't know, man. I've never heard anyone mention Kerosene. Any of the big timers. I'm sure they've reviewed it, but they don't speak about it beyond the review. Not Bowtie, not EQ, not Sebastian, not Jensen's, not Chaos, not Kuba. None of them mention Kerosene. How's original vetiver? It's soapy, it's green. It's like expensive bar soap, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend it. I have it because I love vetiver and I gotta have it, but I wouldn't recommend original vetiver unless you have an old batch. I would highly recommend Mancera's Vetiver Sensual, Guerlain Vetiver, or Roja Vetiver over it for sure. What do you recommend a scent for a woman who wants to be followed by a man? A woman who wants to be followed by a man. Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel. I'm thinking about getting Odyssey 3. I think a hybrid of Tom Ford Oud Wood and Bleu de Chanel. I'm sure that would be good. Do you ever use Polo? No, I don't wear Polo. The only thing I could say about Polo, because I have smelled all of them, is if you're going to get Polo, get blue, teal, or red in the Parfum version, and you'll be straight. Don't mess with Eau de Parfums or Eau de Toilettes. They smell super fake. A lot of Jean Varvatos is good, but they don't last. Hey, what would you say is the best budget-friendly, musky, fresh fragrance? Eros EDT or Gucci Guilty Elixir? Which fragrances to get the huzz? Take a shower. I wore Hugo Boss today and got lots of compliments. Hey, Hugo Boss don't miss. It's above average. What do you think of Spice Bomb Dark Leather? Good smell, terrible performance. Won't last more than an hour on you. I mean, couple hours if you overspray, but that fragrance performs terribly. The only ones that actually perform, in my experience, is Extreme and Infrared. By the way, guys, we're like 10 subs away from 3K. I'm going to do the largest fragrance giveaway in FragCom. If you're new to the channel, I post videos 2 to 4 times a day. I have the most fragrance content out there, so give the channel a try for a week. If you like it, stay a while. And when we hit 3K, that's when we're doing the giveaway. So 10 subs away. We typically get 20, 30 subs a night, so consider it. And by the way, there's a lot of people in here. Hit the like button, hit the 3 dots on one of these fingers, hit the 3 dots and hit like. We need to get these likes up to half. That way YouTube really starts putting fragrance-specific people in here and not weirdos. What do you think about Honor and Glory? I don't like it. I don't like smelling like dessert. It's a good smell, a musky creme brulee, desserty type of fragrance, white florals, but I prefer Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. It's Initio's Musk Therapy. Same profile without the dessert. It's just musk and white florals. It's more masculine. Chrome Azure, not a fan. It's average, but I don't think it's terrible. I just don't. It's not enough for me to wear it with a collection like this. Top 3 creeds: Royal Oud, Bois de Portugal, and probably a tie between Millésime Imperial and Aventus Absolute. Yeah, check it out, John. You might. Hopefully, she got you Lin Sumi, because that fragrance is hard to find. It's always sold out. What else? Fitness. What'd fitness say? Would you ever consider making your own fragrance brand? I have and I will, but not for another year or so. Do you think Boss Bottle Absolute smells like Roja Sweetie Oud? No, not even close. Not even close. Sweetie Oud is way better. Hot take, Lafayette Street is just a niche Versace Eros. No. Lafayette Street is nowhere near Eros. Not at all. Completely different base compositions. Lafayette's way more green. Eros is way more blue. It's vanilla and apple. But I mean, maybe the apple note, but no, they're not. One's an apple pillowy vanilla, and one is a tart, bitter green. My GF just got Lalique Le Parfum. Okay, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. Nice scent of the day, Joel. Tried Creed or Rolfa. Yeah, it's okay. It's not worth the money to me. How do you feel about Lattafa? Lattafa's great. Do you have a vintage batch of Millésime? No, I don't. But Milestone today smells better than the actual Millésime today. But if you have a vintage batch of Millésime, if you have a vintage batch of anything from Creed, you're in good hands. The only fragrances they didn't reformulate was Royal Oud and Bois de Portugal. Everything else has been rebottled, reformulated. Best fragrance to make her want you at the end of the night. In the designer world, Gucci Guilty Elixir, Summer Mink, Sauvage Elixir, Bleu de Chanel, Gentleman Reserve Privé, Dior Homme Intense. Any of those will get her every time. Le Male Elixir. What is your favorite Azara Wanted? The Most Wanted and Wanted by Night Parfum. All Parfum versions. The TFE episode today was amazing. Thanks, Dash. I appreciate that. Yeah, we did a massive panel release today, so check that out, guys. By the way, hey, run those likes up, man. It removes all the trolls out of the channel. 3 dots here or here, and then hit the 3 dots, then hit like. Once it gets to about half the capacity in here, YouTube will really reward you guys with more fragrance-specific people rather than randoms. Do you like oud? Fresh oud, yes, but 99% of perfumery is fake oud. Still good, but it's not real oud. What's your go-to? Does it look like I have a go-to? You got good taste. My dad had most of the ones you got in the back. Hey, well, that's good. Dad has good taste. Prada Black or Dior, two completely different fragrances. Skip Prada Black and go Bulgari Man in Black. Same profile, more performance. So I'm going to go Dior by default. But Prada Black's a great smelling fragrance. It's just for the same money, you can get the same fragrance in Bulgari Man in Black. A little bit more complexity, way longer performance. What do you think about Kenzo Ohm? Decent. Decent. 7 or 8. What's your thoughts on Michael Malol? Good house, but they clone a lot. Is Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition good? Yes, but it's not Aventus Absolute, so don't buy it if you're trying to get Absolute Aventus. If you're trying to get Absolute Aventus, get Armaf Per Show 1. Skip all the other ones you heard of. Favorites from Clive Christian, the blue one. I'm not a big fan of Clive Christian. They don't speak to me. I was thinking last night, do you agree that Maison Francis Kirkjohn Gentle Fluidity Gold and PDM Herod would make a fire layering combo? Probably, considering Gentle Fluidity can be mixed with just about anything and smell good. Appreciate it, Jason. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the kind words. What's the proper way to apply? So this is what I know. When you're applying a fragrance, I don't care where you put it, close or pulse points, boom, 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 clavicle, boom, boom, pocket spots, stuff like that, wrists. I don't care where you put it. Just hold it at a distance. Here's a better reply to you guys. So a lot of you guys, when you have a tester strip, you lather up the fragrance on there to where you see that nice clear sheen on the test strip. Stop doing that. If you see liquid on your test strip, you did it wrong because you're getting alcohol into the opening, and it's not going to smell like that once it dries down, even initially. So you want to hold it a long enough distance away where you're getting the least amount of alcohol possible. You should be able to spray your test strip and see no sheen. That means the alcohol will evaporate immediately and you will get a pure scent of the perfume. A lot of people mess this up. You want to lube this up and get it all clear and sheeny. That smell is not what you're going to get when you buy the perfume and it starts drying down on your clothes when you apply. So keep your distance. Let that sucker get to where you can spray it on the test strip and you don't see any shininess. And that's how you know you are getting a pure scent. That is exactly how it will dry down on skin. A lot of times a fragrance can have transition within the first minute to 1 hour. So that's something you have to consider, but at least the best possible smell you can get when you're in the retail store is to spray it from a distance so that there's no liquid visible. And that's how you know you're getting a pure scent from what you're supposed to smell. You're smelling the dry down is what we refer to that as. Now, same with application with fragrance, but here's where it changes a little bit. So when you're applying fragrance, you can wait for the dry down. You already know how it's going to smell. So you can get a lot closer. And a lot of times it's best to apply your perfume fairly close to get that sheen, because you want that sheen, because you want a lot of fragrance in a concentrated area, and you let that sucker dry down. Once it dries down, you will have a potent level of perfume wherever you sprayed it. You don't have to apply the distance rule as much, because dispersing a fragrance will actually play with the longevity. So you can lube up a wrist or a clavicle or something like that pretty darn close with a spray or two. You just need to know that you want to let that thing dry down. You may even have to step outside to let that alcohol evaporate as quick as possible. But concentrated sprays are best because they will increase the longevity and the sillage and all that. Whereas if it disperses, like I spray like this on my chest and it goes like that all across it, it will be a decent application, but it will be a shorter longevity. So just take that into account. Also, if you guys are layering, don't take perfumes and mix 2 different perfumes into one bottle, because you're messing up the molecular structure of the fragrance, and you're actually changing how the fragrance will smell. The best way to layer any kind of fragrance is to spray two different areas. So I'll give you an example. If I'm gonna mix Low Midiol Extreme with Boss Bottled the Magnetic, I'm not going to go 1 and then 2 right over it, because the molecular structure will break apart the molecules and therefore change the scent. It would actually be infinitely smarter to spray 2 different areas separately. So maybe I'll go in this clavicle with the Low Midiol Extreme, and maybe I'll go this clavicle with the Boss Bottled. 2 things that does. 1, it maintains the integrity of each of the fragrances. It will still blend in the air. But secondly, when you walk by people, they'll get different angles to the fragrance. Sometimes they'll get mostly Boss Bottled, sometimes they'll get Low Midiol Extreme, and if they're in front of you, they're gonna get both. And so that plays with the wafting experience, but never blend fragrances. Another thing you never wanna do when you're blending or anything, or even just a singular fragrance, is spray and do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. When you do that, you are breaking apart the fragrance and changing the DNA of the scent. From a molecule standpoint, perfumes are mixed to have a certain blend, and that blend should stay wherever it's being sprayed. And when you start rubbing, you break the whole composition out, and you also add oils, and oils in your skin have a scent. So you're not only breaking apart the fragrance, but you're also losing the integrity of how the fragrance was made to be smelled. The best possible scenario when you're doing this type of stuff is to dab. You can press a fragrance down. So if I spray a bunch on my wrist, you can touch, but don't rub. Touch, but don't rub. Dab the ears, but after you press it, do not rub it in. You will change the whole DNA of the fragrance and get a completely different smell, especially if your hygiene isn't great. So that's just a couple of things to keep into play. A lot of people don't know all that stuff, and they're getting a really different fragrance experience off of that. I don't have any racing club in their bike. Is Club de Nuit Intense Man gross? To people who are off-put by pineapple and lemon, yes, because it's a little more synthetic than Aventus Absolute. But Club de Nuit Intense Man, EDT, EDP, Parfum, Extrait, and Prichot all are some of the highest sold fragrances in the clone world in perfumery, so that should be taken into account. Most people love Club de Nuit Intense Man, and there's a very small few that don't. And guys, please help me get to 3,000 subs. I'm sure we're already there because we were only like 10 away, but I'm going to be giving away an insane amount of free fragrances, shipping included, once I hit my 3K goal tonight. And also, there's 123 people in here with only 30 likes. The 3 dots right here or right here. If you click that and hit the like button, that'll do a lot for the channel. It'll make sure that all... See, because when I see 123 people in here, I know half of it's trolls. So when you tell YouTube and you're liking the video, it means the people they are plugging into the channel are fragrance interested, and it makes the chats a lot better so that my mods and my AI mods don't snipe everybody out of here who's deciding to troll. Thoughts on Triumph of Bacchus by Argos? It's a really good fragrance. It's not my cup of tea, but a lot of people love Triumph of Bacchus, and many people in the chat have Triumph of Bacchus, as well as Danae and some of the other ones. Not at all about scent, just pure presentation. What company does presentation the best? Probably Day 3, Bond number 9. Yeah, Day 3 and Bond number 9 are hard to beat. Initio does very well as well. Very good presentations. I'll show you guys a presentation of Day 3. So Day 3's presentation is pretty sick. To me, this so far is the best fragrance of 2025. Most versatile, most sexy. If you guys are familiar with Acqua di Gio's Profumo, which is discontinued, this kind of sparkling marine aquatic with incense, patchouli, and vetiver. Actually, not patchouli, vetiver. This is that, but better and a more sparkly finish. It's called Desert Rain. It's Day 3's fragrance collaboration with Colton Dixon. Best fragrance of 2025. I did an interview with Michael Paul, the perfumer of this fragrance, last week, and I also reviewed this fragrance a couple of days ago. presentation in this came as such. What's beautiful about, oh, woo, I almost just dropped that fragrance. What's beautiful about this presentation is it comes like this, obviously, just like an Initio box or something like that. But when you open it, it's blanketed in there, nice and snug. But here's the cool part. You get to see the notes of your fragrance and the story behind the fragrance as well. Can we see this? Oh, anyways, so you see the top, heart, and base notes of the fragrance and the story behind how the fragrance was made. The bottle presentation is super heavy, all glass. The cap is almost heavier than the bottle. And look at this atomizer, guys. I can't believe I just wasted that juice on camera. But every Day 3 fragrance is like that. Incredible atomizer, bottle presentation, well priced. Shout outs to Colton Dixon for autographing my bottle since it was a collaboration. And to me, that's the best fragrance of 2025 and the most versatile luxury fragrance for men for 155 bucks. Absolutely insane. I got Gucci Guilty Elixir. Amazing. You were not kidding. Hey, Michael, I don't lie, man. There's a reason why 30 to 50 people buy fragrances based off my recommendation per month. Thoughts on the new 9 p.m. Elixir? You know, it's good. It doesn't impress me, but it's good. Show me your best bottle you have. Pick anything off the top and middle shelf. It's cheaper, but I like the Versace Pour Homme. It's not a bad fragrance. It's just average in 2025, but it's above average to people who don't wear fragrance. We actually did a recent census panel yesterday, if you guys are interested in watching it, and we found that over 80% of the world is into fragrance. It used to be 1/3 of the world. Now it's at 80% as of 2025. So that's pretty fascinating. A lot of people are getting into body sprays, oils, lotions, fragrance, all that stuff. What cologne is good for hot weather? I mean, it depends on your age and everything. Some stuff I'm really loving in hot weather as far as designers is Bright Leather from Ferragamo. It's got this white suede-ish leather with bright, vibrant, ambery citruses. Some people smell lime, some people smell lemon, but it's ambery nonetheless. This in high heat, Vetiver Sensual from Mancera. Vibrant, radiant grapefruit, lime, lemon, citrus. Smells like sunshine with a nice lemongrassy type of base. So it's the problem with a lot of freshies is they go fruit or they go citrus or they go aquatic, and there's no real nuts to the fragrance. So it always feels kind of teeny boppish. With the lemongrass base in this, it has a really nice weight to it. And so if you're north of 25, you can have a fun, vibrant fragrance, but still have the masculine nuts to it. And this will go forever, forever. Wulong Cha X is going really hard. Equus for 25 bucks. Grapefruit, vibrant, radiant amber, and vetiver. I have this famous quote on my channel, vetiver in the base puts a smile on my face. Anytime you see a fragrance with vetiver as the base note, that makes a fragrance elevate and feel a little bit more luxury, niche, and complex. This is a simple composition. Fiery hot, ambery grapefruit. It's more the rind of the grapefruit, not the juicy fleshiness of the grapefruit, with some masculine nuts of vetiver. By the way, there's a lot of people in here, and for those of you who are new to my channel, my chats are always insane. So if it looks like I'm AI or it looks like I'm behind, it's because I'm not AI, but I answer everybody's questions in here thoroughly. That's why it always gets popping in here. So if it sounds like I'm behind, it's because I'm slowly going through each question and giving everybody a quality answer and thoughtfulness. So I will get to your guys' questions. And I do have AI bots, and I have actual people in here moderating. So if you over type the same question over and over, or if you want to get 5 seconds of fame by being a goofball, feel free. The snipers are on deck. Did I mess up? I just bought 2 200 ml Versace Eroses, and I've never tried them before, but they're on a 48% discount. I don't know when you would ever need more than 1 200 ml of Eros, but it's a great fragrance, so give one away. Do you think Torino 24 is the worst Xerjoff? No, I don't. I don't. No, to me, Renaissance is worse. Renaissance is one of the most amazing smells, messed up by the fact that it has such a synthetic tart opening. 3K on the way, Goldie, the Playa Patna. What up, man? Hey, you need to get on Wheel of Fragrance, bro. Please hit me up. I would make a special Wheel of Fragrance just for you. We'll call it Box Edition. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know if I have super absorbent skin. I feel I get better performance spraying on clothes. We just did a census on that as well. Spraying on clothes can increase performance, but here's an interesting thing in the census. Vanillas and woods and stuff like that last longer on skin and on clothes, and citruses are the worst performing note in perfumery. So if you're mad that your citruses and stuff like that aren't lasting forever, most of them don't, but some do. You know, LV puts a lot of extra ISO-E Super and stuff like that to enhance performance. You need to get into lotions and hydrating your skin before you put on fragrance, or even getting into oils to increase performance on fragrances, or layering. So thoughts on Burberry Hero Parfum? It'll never get old. It's a good fragrance. I think above average, somewhere between a 7.5 and an 8. If you're entering into fragrance and you don't have that many bottles, Burberry Hero is a staple. There is no DNA is perfumes until I don't know. You got to type English, brother. Is $76 a good price for 120 Mancera Cedrat Boisé? Yes, that is almost the lowest price you will get on 120 ml of Mancera. I just got Jimmy Choo Man Intense, and wow, yeah, you know, a lot of people sleep on Jimmy Choo Man. I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people talk about the lack of performance from Jimmy Choo Ice, Jimmy Choo Blue, and the Jimmy Choo Aqua, which those do have minimal performance, but Jimmy Choo Man Intense, off of 4 to 6 sprays, I could easily get 8 hours. And if I put 6 to 8 sprays, it's going all day. I specifically like the scent profile of original Jimmy Choo Man more than Jimmy Choo Man Intense, but I intentionally got the Intense so that off of 3 sprays, I could go the whole day. And I actually do. This is more of a mature scent. It's more peppery. But it's got a melon note that tones it down, almost like a cantaloupe melon sitting behind there. So it's a lot of masculine, peppery, aggressive, slightly sweet floral energy, but it's got this backbone to it that's just killer. A lot of geranium in here as well. This is just a perfect, to me, work fragrance or a sexy restaurant night out. But I think if you're under 25, it's hard to love Jimmy Choo Man Intense, for the same reason that a lot of the younger guys prefer Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum or Parfum over Sauvage Elixir, whereas north of 25 years old, most men prefer Sauvage Elixir for that masculine growl in the form of spices. Man, this is the type of channel I never knew I needed, but so glad I found it. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. You guys have to try Amouage Reflection Man. There's so many great clones of Reflection Man. You really shouldn't pay full price for Reflection Man today. But Amouage is a house that's very 50-50. So if you've been interested, same with Xerjoff. If you've been interested in Xerjoff or Amouage, just know you will find a fragrance that's incredible for you, but because they prioritize creativity and experimentation over mass appeal, you're going to have to put your nose on everything before you find what you like. I found that one of my favorite Amouages currently is Epic Man. Best sophisticated, complex outdoor green fragrance out there while still feeling modern and feeling super expensive. It is a woody green experience. It's not piney or sappy or dewy like Lin Sumi. This is more of just your big woody ambery base with kind of forest green sparkle touches on it. And I absolutely love it. Work, upscale casual, people just taking you seriously, but super fresh. I'm going to take a fragrance called Probable Cause. Okay. Hey, I see. Hey, if you want good weed fragrances, you guys are into marijuana fragrances, I have several suggestions. So currently, the best fragrance out right now is a house called Born to Stand Out, and the fragrance is called Mary Jane. It's pretty pricey. It's manufactured in Korea, but it lasts forever. The only thing I'll say is if you have a job that might be skeptical if you smell like weed, I wouldn't get it because it is quite a chronic type of potent marijuana cannabis note. but it smells amazing. It's got passion fruit, mint, lime, all this vibrant, lush stuff. So it's a very citrusy, green Mary Jane experience. If you want something more toned down, there's an Essential Harmony house, independent niche house, that makes a fragrance called Quantum. You also have the Carolina Herrera fragrance with cannabis in it, but it's not as pronounced to me. I'm talking, if you want a beautiful marijuana fragrance, you got to go to Born to Stand Out or Essential Harmony Quantum. The other fragrances like Carolina Herrera are very splash with it. How about Oud Maracuja? Good fragrance. It's not my cup of tea. Desert Rain is such a cool name to me too. Yeah, Desert Rain, again, guys, I'm claiming out of all the fragrances I own and the thousands of fragrances I've tried between 2024 and 2025, Day 3 fragrances, Desert Rain, to me, is the best fragrance currently out. Most versatile, most unique. It will not and cannot be cloned, and the price point is dead perfect. Is Parfum de Marly Layton considered a winter cologne? Yes, but it is quite fresh. If you want Parfums de Marly Layton, I really don't think you need to buy it today. I love Layton. I love Layton Exclusive, but Lalique White and Black, this is a designer house. This fragrance smells exactly like Layton, but the tiniest bit fresher. But I appreciate the freshness that this adds to the DNA because I can wear this year round. Whereas I feel like with Layton, even if you wear it year round, it's because you love the DNA enough to make it go. But to me, it's truly a winter fall scent or a date night, late night, afternoon type of scent. So Lalique White and Black, I actually prefer it over Layton because I get the Layton DNA perfectly with more freshness and more versatility. Have you ever put your nose on an OG bottle of Corduroy by Zert? No, I have not. Can you give me a Hygiene Essentials video, man? I will write it down here. I'll screenshot it. We'll do a hygiene video soon. You have been on the money with these fragrances. I appreciate you, brother. Best dupe in your collection. I have several, to me, what I would put in an all-star lineup of 10 out of 10 clones right now. Club de Nuit Pre-Show 1 is the closest rendition to Absolute Aventus out there. Sahib Intense. Don't listen to Aqua Dubai and Game of Spades Wild Card or Full House, whatever, or any of these Emperor Intimations and all that. Sahib Intense is the best, most long-lasting, most authentic rendition of Louis Vuitton Imagination. Screw what you heard. I know the bottle looks ridiculous, but if you want to smell like you just dropped $400 retail on Imagination, Sahib Intense is where you want to go. And I did have 2 subscribers hit me up this week and say, SB, I'm so glad you told me about this, and I listened to you because these are incredible. So that's that. Some other 10 out of 10 clones for last year would have to be Cayenne Classic or Camaro Homme Intense, best renditions of Dior Homme Intense. FOMO Gary's Den is the best rendition of the new formulation of Dior 2025 Dior Homme Parfum. Glorious Oud Royal. And by the way, guys, don't write this stuff down. You can always rewind this video, and I do leave it online so that you guys can do watchbacks and get all the names and write that stuff down. So don't worry about writing stuff down. Also, I'm going to say this again, guys, because there's only 50 likes and we're on the road to 3K tonight. Please hit the 3 dots here or here and hit the like button to run these likes up so YouTube filters out the trolls and puts more fragrance people in the chat, because that's really all I care about. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, which you can only get on tripletraders.com, is a 1-to-1 clone to me of Initio's Musk Therapy. By the way, anything I'm saying is 1-to-1 or anything, and I gotta show you guys this every single night. A lot of people hear me talking about hundreds of fragrances in each of my lives, and just to prove to you guys, so obviously this is a good chunk of my collection, right? I give away fragrances all the time, so a lot of these shelves used to be full and we're doing giveaways. But just to show you guys, I do not talk about any clones that I don't have the originals to. So if you look in here, Amouage, Nasamato, Valentino, Tom Ford, I have so many samples. It's not even Maison Francis Kirk John Oud Satin Mood. So when I tell you guys This is the best oud satin mood you're gonna find. Oud satin from Ministry of Oud. I can smell oud satin mood and compare it. And I literally have samples 4 days. I probably have, well, I definitely have more samples than bottles, and I have a lot of bottles. But I'm not lying to you guys. I would not speak on a fragrance. I can't even pull this drawer out. There's so many fragrances. Discovery sets. All these boxes have samples galore in it. We're actually going to be giving away, just so you guys can see this, Michael Paul from Day 3 Fragrances wanted to do a giveaway for you guys and give you guys a full set of Day 3 fragrances. I'm actually going to include Desert Rain from my own collection in a 3 ml in here. So you will now, with this discovery set, have every release from Day 3. Nobody in the world has every release from Day 3 as a sample set. So there will be one lucky winner among many of the giveaways, which are full bottles at my 3K mark, which I'm sure we're already there. So thank you guys so much for that. But one lucky person will get the entire discovery set from Day 3, including all of the collaborative releases. I gave you guys juice from my own bottle because those of you who are new to the channel, last giveaway at 2K, which was just 2 months ago, surprisingly, we gave away 32 bottles to 11 people, not including decants. These are full bottles. We also gave decant packages out. There were more dupes to answer your question earlier, but I got to catch up on the chat. Any fragrance you recommend with sensitivity to chemicals or additives? I would recommend you get into oils or water-based fragrances. Fragrances in general, I am not a chemist, and every fragrance is different. So as far as sensitivity to skin, I would actually recommend that you hydrate and shower and oil your skin before you, or lotion your skin before you apply the fragrance. That way the fragrance sits on the oil and the lotion and doesn't seep up into your skin. That would be the best solution I have. Best citrus fragrance in your collection, I have several. Roja's Harrods. Roja Harrods, very nice fragrance. Burlington 1819, some of you niche snobs are into that. Really good citrus. A great citrus fruity fragrance, Oceania from Roja. Hanuman from Boadicea the Victorious. Hanuman is great. It basically smells like Byredo's Ball de Freak, but more expensive and more longevity. Original Vetiver. This fragrance right here, Casa Marati Mephisto, smells like you're on Mount Everest with a glass of ice cold blue Kool-Aid with mint sitting in the top of the glass. This is, to me, the best blue fragrance I've ever smelled. So screw what you heard about Bleu de Chanel and Dylan Blue and you know, even Blue Talisman. I mean, I have Blue Talisman right here. I think it's an incredible blue. Very nice. Shout outs to Ex Nihilo. They just came out with Blue Talisman Extrait. So now you can have this fragrance with more performance and a little bit of vanilla in there. But to me, Mephisto or Gentili Uomo version of Mephisto, either one, is the best blue fragrance I've ever smelled. It's just so unique, so interesting, lasts forever. Really nice. Those are some of the best citruses in the niche category. Best citruses in the designer realm, Dylan Blue, Bleu de Chanel, Acqua di Gio Profondo, Vetiver Sensual from Mancera. What else? Bentley for Men Black Edition, Bentley Momentum Unlimited, Bentley Momentum Infinite Rush, Bentley Momentum, or Bentley Azure, Lalique White. Yeah, and then in the clones, we have Millesime Imperial, Club de Nuit Iconic, Club de Nuit Sillage, Off Non-Supremacy in Heaven, FOMO Fragheads Asylum, which is Elysium. There's a lot, guys. New to the channel, new to Cologne, what do you recommend for beginners? I recommend Eros, Versace Eros Eau de Toilette, $35 for 100 ml. I recommend Gucci Guilty Elixir. I recommend Bleu de Chanel EDP or Parfum. I recommend a sexy date night fragrance. Those three are Swiss Army everyday wears. And then for date night, I would recommend either Gentleman Reserve Privé from Givenchy, Dior Sauvage Elixir, Valentino Uomo Intense, Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum, The Most Wanted or Wanted by Night Parfum from Azzaro, Prada Black, any of those for sexy date nights. So you have a date night and then you have a Swiss Army everyday wear, or Acqua di Gio Profondo is a good everyday Swiss Army as well. Thoughts on Mont Blanc? I only like Presence. I don't like anything else, even though close second, third would be Legend Blue and Legend Spirit. I've just always hated the sharpness of their fragrances. Is Odyssey Mandarin Sky Elixir Armoff worth getting? A lot of people really love Mandarin Sky when they buy it, but they wind up selling or trading it after because they just get bored of it really easily. How does Versace Dylan Blue smell? It smells blue, smells fresh, smells clean, smells sophisticated. It is a bit sharp, but in the designer world, it is one of the kings of Swiss Army everyday wear. Have you tried out Off and On Elixir, and what's your take on it? I'm indifferent to it. I don't really want to comment on it because I'll sound like a hater. Remember Armani White? I remember it, but it's been a while since I put my nose to it. Is Axe a good body spray? A lot of people love Axe. You know, if you're not into perfumery, there will be plenty to choose from between Axe and Cremo. But you get Axe if you're under 25. Get Cremo if you're north of 20 and you feel like you're on your grown man tip. But to fragrance collectors, Axe just doesn't hit the spot. But there are occasionally, I have friends who have collections as big as mine that occasionally will go grab a Cremo fragrance or a Axe body spray. But most of them just have old Axe and Cremo from back in the day that they still appreciate for nostalgia. Jimmy Choo was one of my favorite scents a few years back. I think Jimmy Choo Man is excellent. Quite overlooked because of Givenchy and Dior and Mont Blanc and all that stuff. I lotioned before wearing Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Parfum, and I was at a cooking show. It kind of blew my mind because I don't get the whiffs as much as that concert I was. Yeah, here's the thing. With Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances, they smell great and lack performance, or have a ton of performance and aren't as good as the others. That's why I always just go with Le Male Elixir. I think it's the most interesting, has the most depth, and you get a good smell with longevity. But the good news is with Jean Paul Gaultier that there is a beautiful one-to-one clone now of everything. Ultramal, Le Male Parfum, Le Beau, Paradise Garden, Le Male Elixir. Where do you rank Stronger With You Intensely? I don't rank it at all. It's just a great fragrance. I'm not into the chestnut vanillic spice fragrance. I would rather go into Angel Share, go all the way in. But Stronger With You Intensely is a beautiful scent, and I don't hate on it at all. What's your favorite cologne? I don't have a cologne. I have a problem. Congrats on 3K, man. Well deserved. Thank you so much, JR. Appreciate the kind words. I'm glad you've helped young men get away from Axe. Well, I mean, young men would get away from Axe. They just don't know. In the world of the internet, everything's fighting for people's attention, and it's hard to focus. And so an area of your life like fragrance wouldn't be something you think about. You know, the average person owns less than 3 fragrances. So we're starting to see a boom. You know, TikTok is responsible for 90 billion pieces of content on one hashtag alone, which is fragrance talk. Hashtag fragrance talks. People are starting to get on. You know, I've seen a lot of 15-year-old kids buying $400 fragrances recently. So they are learning slowly but surely. What's a good long-lasting fragrance? Anything with woods, anything with vanilla, anything with spices. Citruses have the shortest lifespan with fragrances. Yes, please let the scent settle on you and find the ones that change well to your smell. Okay. Best fragrance with good projection and smell fresh. Probably Versace Eros EDT or Gucci Guilty Elixir currently. I'm looking to buy a night wedding perfume which projects and good smelling. I have several suggestions. So nighttime seductive wedding scent, no question. Oud for Greatness from Initio. If you kind of want that great Gatsby Leonardo DiCaprio sitting on the balcony of his mansion party, or if you want something more sweet and more sensual, Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio is an absolute killer. You have vanilla, you have musk, you have castoreum, which kind of just gives you this growl to the fragrance, but super muffled, sweet, seductive fragrance. Got leather as a backbone behind that vanillic vibe. It's a different type of vanilla. It's not just a typical vanilla. It's more of a caramelized vanilla. If you want one that I think right now has gotten me the most compliments, period, Day 3 Fragrances, and this is $155. Day 3 Fragrances Trace Oros. When you talk about some of the best projection, sillage, and longevity in the history of fragrance, it's got to be this scent profile right here. I'm not even going to tell you the notes because a lot of people think they will know what this fragrance smells like, but I assure you, you have no clue what you're in for with this. But in terms of date night and luxurious, sexual, sensual, seductive fragrances, nothing is really touching this right now in terms of pure compliment factor alone. $155, one of the best fragrances I put my nose to in at least 2-3 years. And again, the projection, sillage, and longevity is absolutely magical. Nothing is touching it on that level alone. There's pot scented fragrances. Yes, Mary Jane, Carolina Herrera, Bad Boy, Quantum from Essential Harmonies. Not trying T9 gift fires. Yeah, I know. Dang, I'm quite behind on the chat. Makes sense. By the way, thank you guys for running those likes up. YouTube will reward you for that. I'm a lady who has tried some Korean beauty products, face cleaners, toners. Okay. Big recommend for any scent. I'm not sure what you're asking. Have you smelled J-Scent Sumo? I have not. What's a good long-lasting fragrance you'd recommend? Any of the ones I just spoke of. Thoughts on Drakkar Noir? Drakkar Noir and original Drakkar are completely outdated. Drakkar Intense pretty much consolidates the entire Drakkar line. I think even the blue fragrance that just came out from Drakkar was really too late and really just a waste of time. They smell okay. Drakkar Intense smells the most modern and encapsulates everything the blue, the original, and the noir was trying to do. I bought Bentley for Men Intense, and it's a perfect scent. It is heavy. It's quite boozy and heavy, but if you love it, you love it. I actually prefer the original over the Intense, but I like both. They're incredible. And the Intense sells more than the OG. This is wholesome. Appreciate you, Cleo. Please try Bella Bellissima Blue Diamond, the best scent I've ever smelled. Okay. Club de Nuit Pure Parfum versus the EDP. Pure Parfum is smoother. EDP lasts longer. Yeah, that clone does look like a bloated Nasomato. The imagination. Okay, the scent I like, Bleu de Chanel and Gucci Guilty Intense. What's your favorite? Out of those two? Bleu de Chanel and Gucci Guilty Intense? Bleu de Chanel, no question. The Kingdom is a really good clone for Le Male Elixir. I picked it up today because of you. It's so good. Hey, thanks, Dashy. Yeah, the only thing I would say is Armaf's Lionheart smells exactly like Kingdom, but way more mint. So it's pretty much like a Le Male Elixir twist, where it smells just like Le Male Elixir, but heavier in the mint. I don't prefer that. I want pure Le Male Elixir, and Kingdom is incredible. For 30 bucks, you just can't beat that. I bet your house smells great. So many options. It does. My office specifically smells fantastic. What's a good fragrance buy for dinner with my local mayor and city hall friends? I think you should play it quite conservative, to be honest, but be super signature. Nasomato's Pardon. This is a rich chocolate patchouli leather scent. This is grown men, but it's still quite fresh. It lasts forever. You know, 3 to 4 sprays will literally last you all day. You get like a chocolate cakey patchouli earthiness with some leather. It's real suit and tie or briefcase. People will take you very seriously. You will smell like nobody, and you'll smell like you have money, and people should take you very seriously or they'll lose a lot of money. So Nasomato's Pardon, you could probably snatch up for a little bit higher than $100, and you will have one of the most signature, dark, sophisticated, chocolatey fragrances out there. It's not chocolatey romantic. It's chocolatey, sophisticated, masculine man. Paris Corner does hit for the price. They absolutely do. A few of us in the chat are not YouTubers and have as much fragrances as most of them. That's true. Joel has an insane amount of fragrances. Thank you so much for your guys' moderations, by the way. We're just going to be on for another 15, 20 minutes and call it a night. Favorite perfumers right now, favorite perfumer is easily Michael Paul from Day 3 Fragrances. I really enjoy the perfumers that have worked with Lalique. I really enjoy Aaron Terrence Hughes right now. Quentin's always a good go-to. Those are some of mine. Cool calming scents. To me, Blue Talisman, Wulong Cha, Montclair's La Corday. Let's go cheap. Let's go Banana Republic Grasslands, Banana Republic Vintage Green 78. Those are calming. 90 Pure White. Diptyque's Florida Poe, very calming and soothing. CK Everyone. CK Everyone's calming. Coach Open Road, soothing for sure. Watching from St. Kitts, beautiful. Good to see you, brother. Do you like Bleu de Chanel or Gucci Guilty Intense? You already answered that. Is Montal Oud tobacco good? Is it worth it? If you're absolutely in love with tobacco scents, no, to me. Can you tell me the similarity between Gucci Guilty and Elixir and Reflection Man? Reflection Man is more odd. Gucci Guilty Elixir is a lot smoother and a lot more mass appealing. So if you want the more mass appealing fragrance, and mass appeal is not a negative word, you'll get more compliments. You'll get more compliments and more people will look at you favorably. Whereas with Reflection Man, you will get compliments, but I find that with Reflection Man, you really have to look like a guy who would wear Reflection Man at look value, not personality, because it's very 50-50. The 50% of people who go with Reflection Man absolutely love it. And then the other 50% are like, man, I don't know what everybody's talking about. This fragrance smells terrible. But that's the case with most homage fragrances. For some reason, I can't get into a lot of blue fragrances. Only one I can really say is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Had to get rid of Percival. I don't truly think Percival is a blue fragrance. If you want the best blue fragrance to me that consolidates every blue fragrance ever made, get Casa Marati Mephisto or Casa Marati Gentiluomo Mephisto, and you will never buy a blue fragrance again, because that fragrance is the most signature, most long-lasting, most unique. And I've worn it a lot, and I never get bored of it. It always smells like an insane experience. For some reason, I can't get into a lot. Oh, my bad. Can you recommend some legit discounter sites? Absolutely. Sloma Shop, Max Aroma, FragranceBuy.ca, Fragrance X, Fragrance Net. I think the lowest prices I ever see are on FragranceBuy.ca. Lucky Scent, all your Decant sites, Scent Decant, Decant X, Fragrance X, micro perfumes, all that. The great thing about fragrance now is you can pretty much just go on Google and type the fragrance you're interested in, and they will show you the lowest priced website. Can you recommend, how much for Angel? I'm not sure these days. I'm sure you can get it quite low though. Hey man, hope you're doing well. My mom, oh, okay. I never understood that. Everyone talks about Camra, which I adore, on my husband. But what are some sweet cinnamon colognes I could surprise him with? Oh, there's only one that comes to my mind. Best cinnamon fragrance out currently for men is going to be, and it's very affordable, probably 30, 40 bucks. Teriyaki Intense from Lattafa. It is a clone house that made this. However, it is not a clone. Quentin Biche, a very highly regarded, well-respected perfumer, took a check from Lattafa to make a signature Lattafa fragrance that is not a clone. So this is made by very well-trained hands, and as far as cinnamon masculine fragrances, this will last forever on him. It's sexy, it's clearly a cinnamon masculine ambery fragrance, and projection, sillage, longevity, all that good stuff. The bottle looks kind of crazy, but it's the best cinnamon fragrance out there to me currently. And I don't think anything's touching that as far as cinnamon is concerned. I used to love Dylan Blue, but now when I smell it, I get all this alcohol in the opening. Every fragrance has alcohol in the opening. Forget about the opening. Best office fragrance is easily, without question, don't ask me about it again, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. Grapefruit, clean, soap, linen, grapefruit vetiver. The best luxury office perfume, period. And secondly, this one works better if you're not in the office and you're in retail or you're outside or something like that. Lalique Lin Sumi. So the gray vetiver you can get around $100 for 100 ml these days, and Lin Sumi is always sold out, but it does constantly get repressed, and when it does, it's about 40, 50 bucks. Lalique Lin Sumi. Gray vetiver is grapefruit, soapy vetiver, clean, tux. I always say it's one of the old James Bonds riding in a gray Jaguar with all white interior. Lin Sumi is more of your true fresh outdoors. If there was a scent you could wake up with that smells like you just got out of the shower and also have some serious masculinity, this is forest green, piney, sappy, morning green dewy, but has this aquatic air through it that makes it so modern. Normally a scent profile like this would feel very old school, like a Eau Sauvage from Dior, which is a beautiful fragrance, but it doesn't last long and it smells like old money. This is new money, this is modern, this is fresh, timeless. For those of you who are new to my channel, anytime a fragrance is legendary, I'll do a memoir on it where I'll spend about 45 minutes to an hour sitting in the dark talking about a fragrance. This was the first video I ever did because it was just a no-brainer that this is one of the greatest fragrances of all time. Can't believe it's 40, 50 bucks. I think it does retail around 200, but in the 2025 world, you can get it always for about 40, 50 bucks. Best office scent ties with Grey Vetiver from Tom Ford, but if you don't work specifically in an office or in a tux or collared out, you work more out in the field or retail or something like that, Lalique Lin Sumi will never do you wrong. Can you please recommend a niche vetiver frag? I've got Guerlain vetiver, Tom Ford vetiver, Sultan vetiver, Creed original vetiver, Terre d'Hermes, and Extraordinaire. Okay, so you are missing the world's greatest vetiver fragrance, without question. This cannot be debated. I am the vetiver expert. Vetiver is my favorite note. If somebody pulled out a magic wand and flashed it at me, I would turn into vetiver grass. So the fragrance you are missing, and is the only one that truly matters out of all of those, and those are great vetivers, no question, is Roja vetiver. And thankfully for you, you can probably snatch it up for between $150 to $220. I think the lowest I saw it get recently for 100 ml was like $140, which is an absolute steal because it was on Joma's shop. So Roja vetiver is the best, most wearable, most signature mass appeal vetiver, period. It captures what niche perfumers try to do with vetiver while still making something that everybody will love, no question, around you, and is highly signature and more complex than all the vetivers you just named. So if you're into, if you are scared of vetiver, or if you love vetiver, it doesn't matter. You must have Roja vetiver in your collection, no question. Is Bleu de Chanel a good Swiss Army knife fragrance? Absolutely. Eau de Parfum or Parfum. Eau de Parfum for performance, Parfum if you want the best smelling, but there's not much of a difference. My Paradise Garden lasts for 2 days straight, I would imagine. What are some good colognes you can layer? Lalique Encre Noir à la Extrême, Lalique White, Gucci Guilty Elixir can layer well, the Imagination DNA, the Silver Mountain Water DNA, Bright Leather from Ferragamo, that can mix very well. Yeah, anything aquatic, citric, or just singular noted, like a woody heavy fragrance, can be the base of anything. I think 9 p.m. Elixir, the nutmeg note, never smelled it, but bought a tester of corduroy, which is nutmeg and cinnamon. If you ever get your hands on it, old bottle of that tester. Okay, thanks, John. Thoughts on Valentino line? Valentino Uomo Intense is pretty much all you need. If you have Valentino Uomo Intense, you have the freshest, most signature fragrance in the entire line with all the performance. I use Fahrenheit. My dad's been wearing Fahrenheit for 30 years. Hey, Scent, the one EDP by Dolce & Gabbana with better performance. Got any alternatives? Probably Boss Bottled the Scent Magnetic, or that's a tough one, buddy. That's a tough one. You might have to go with like Azzaro, the Most Wanted, or Wanted by Night Parfum to really get there, I think. I just got an Axe combo set on Amazon. I must say I love the deodorant. Okay, what's your thoughts on Initio Musk Therapy Extrait? I think all their fragrances are extraits, no? No, they're not. Okay. I don't think Musk Therapy needs to have an extrait. It has plenty performance on me. I have Musk Therapy somewhere down there. Yeah, I get plenty of performance from the Eau de Parfum. Plenty. Like, I'm talking 8 to 10 hours off of like 5 sprays. I think Musk Therapy is the best fragrance, most versatile fragrance in the Initio lineup, and I've smelled the entire lineup multiple times. Have you smelled any of the aromatic scents? Yes, I have. They're above average. I don't own bottles, but I've had samples. He makes solid fragrances. I respect him. I just think soon those fragrances will drop down to the $40 price point instead of the $60 price point, and that's when I'll probably mess with whatever my friends tell me to get from it. Valentino Uomo Intense versus Dior Homme Intense. Valentino Uomo, there's 3 Holy Grail Iris fragrances. Valentino Uomo Intense, Dior Homme Intense, and Gentleman Reserve Privé. If you want whiskey Iris, dark, seductive, sexy, Gentleman Reserve Privé from Givenchy. If you want more of a slightly feminine leaning, dark, seductive, sweet, it's Dior Homme Intense. If you want the freshest, most versatile Iris, they all smell similar in terms of the Iris rendition. If you want the freshest, most versatile Iris, Valentino Uomo Intense over Dior and Givenchy. Any thoughts on Sycamore? I love Sycamore, but Sycamore is not mass appealing. In fact, if you want Sycamore for what much cheaper but better, Ancre Noir a la Extreme smells exactly like Sycamore with a little bit more amber and resin. It still has the cleanliness of Sycamore. Sycamore is a very classical vetiver take, closer to like a Guerlain, but it smells exactly like Sycamore by like 95%. I would say 5% of it is just ramped up in resin, so a little bit of like an ambery firewood type of feel. But if you have this is slightly better than Sycamore and smells just like Sycamore, and it's only $20. Doesn't smell cheap, doesn't smell like it's 20 bucks. It's pretty incredible. Guys, I'm going to speed through chat right now to catch up, and then we're going to call it a day in like 10 minutes. Let's see. Premium, Plantain Note, and Tres Oros interested. Trust me, Tres Oros is absolutely incredible. If you like anything like Angel Share or anything in the Angel Share realm, Spice Bomb Extreme, Gentleman Reserve Privé from Givenchy, Spice Bomb Extreme, Tom Ford Noir, Noir Extreme, Original Noir EDP, any of those spiced vanillic type of runs, or even the Angel Share side with the cognac, praline, vanilla, cinnamon, all that stuff. Tres Oros dominates those. Curious on the recommendations for male middle school admin. Gucci Guilty Elixir. Le Leon is great. Yes, I do have Le Leon, and I think it's second place to Coromandel, which is my first favorite from the line. What kind of lights do you use on your cabinet, and how do they do they have good battery life? No, these honestly have terrible battery life. Well, not terrible. I mean, they last a few months, but you could change the colors of them. We can do like multi and have them flash. You know, if we want to have some Christmas vibes or something. I change the mood here and there, but I've really been digging blue lately. And you could change the dimness and stuff. When they run out of batteries, though, you can simply unscrew them. But they take a lot of batteries. So I wouldn't even recommend this. This is like bougie stuff, you know, but my Q&As oftentimes are quite full of people. So, you know, when they're off, it just makes the collection look really dull. It's hard to make out certain bottles and stuff like that. So I put this in for the Q&A because a lot of you guys tune into my Q&As, and so I want to give you guys a good experience by kind of lighting the room up a little bit. And you know, I have a studio room, so you can see a lot of I don't know if my camera will actually let me do this. I have a lot of equipment in case I need to come in here. This is where we shoot the memoirs when I'm not getting a massage on my freaking massage chair. But yeah. So this is supposed to be a film side, and this is the music side, and the video editing and all that. And then we've got the collection in the corner with my artwork. That's a painting I did, by the way. I was actually wearing Le Leon yesterday, Room Filler. It is. I love it. It's a statement piece. Do you like Imagination by LV? It's cool. I don't wear... I mean, to me, Sahib Intense is Imagination. So I'm so glad I can get the real Imagination to me for $30. I do have a travel spray of Real Imagination. Shout out to Esteban. And I'm glad he gave me that, because when you guys sit here and tell me I don't know which clone is the best Imagination, I could just hold up Imagination next to it and spray them and tell you. But I've been doing it for so long now, I don't need to prove it anymore. Most of my subscribers have tried Sahib Intense, and they'll tell you it's the truth. So now I just tell you to get it. The one Dolce & Gabbana, what are your thoughts on that? It's a classic. Stronger with you intensely or absolutely? Intensely. Nasamato, what? Pardon and Baranda. Do you like SoCal by Hollister? No. Honestly, just about any fragrance with vetiver and juniper berry, and I'm in. Yeah, any vetiver fragrance I get as well. Wulong Cha X Calming AF. Yeah, absolutely. If you like Wulong Cha, I recommend a lot of people pay the same price and just get Montclair's La Corday. Smells like honey lemon tea, and you get like 150 ml for the same price. Smells, you know, Wulong Cha is more monkey, you know, like M-O-N-K, like a monk on a mountain. It's very kind of therapeutic, real lemon and lemongrass feel to it. The vibe is very meditative, whereas Montclair La Corday feels a little more same profile, just not as therapeutic and more hip. Really want to try Wulong Cha, but Silver Mountain Water kind of scared me away from tea fragrances. Just couldn't get myself into it. Well, you know, a lot of people forget that Silver Mountain Water has a ton of black currant in it. And the black currant is a brash contrast against that very meditative, calming, outdoor feel. But, and also what's intimidating about fragrances like Wulong Cha and Montclair is lemon. Because people have a lot of negative lemon experiences with fragrances like Aventus, feeling like their pineapple has more of a lemon rendering that's more tart and more Versace Eros energy-ish. But I assure you, man, Wulong Cha is still sharp, but the dry down is phenomenal and it lasts forever. But if you're intimidated even by lemon or tea, start with Montclair's La Corday and you will not be steered wrong. Wulong Cha X is also softer. Thanks for that cinnamon recommendation, Joel. Date for Men is great for picking up women. Okay. What do you think about Calvin Klein's Shock? Smells good, but I give it no more than a 6 or a 7. All right, guys, we're about to sign off soon. Let me see if I can get to the bottom of the list. Might be basic, but Prada L'Homme is still my golden standard office scent. Hey, no, I'm not hating on that. It's a great scent. I see a Lin Sumi Mafierce. Is that good too? I don't know. Kix was supposed to send me that. It might be here this week. I'm just not sure. What can I buy for the summer that I can generously spray? Mancera Amberful. Hey, you hit 3K. Did I hit 3K? Thank you, guys. Thank you for the 3K. We're going to start putting the giveaway together There were a few people that asked tonight for shout-outs. The scent bubble does not do shout-outs. That's a fact. Thank you, Joel. Cute shirt. Love the palm trees. Thank you. Roja Vetiver, the cologne green bottle in the Asylum cologne line. Yeah, the green bottle. Yep. I mean, honestly, any of them. You can get the Parfum square bottles or whatever. If you're really anal about it, you can decant them because I do think there's 3 variations of it, but they're all phenomenal. Have you smelled X Vetiver by Juliet Has a Gun? Yes. Solid vetiver. It doesn't blow my mind. Thank you guys for the 3K. I really appreciate it. Do you know any good sweet fruity perfumes that I should get my wife for her birthday? Fruity? Bonnie from Day 3 Fragrances. Beautiful fragrance with a slight hint of mango and peach, but it's more of a soft tropical quiet fragrance with an insane amount of sillage and longevity. It'll go the whole day. Smells very luxurious. It's not overly fruity, and it feels very expensive. My wife is absolutely loving Bonnie right now from Day 3. It's only about 155 bucks. Really want to get DS Surge to Cowboy Grass for the Vetiver Clary Sage. Okay. Nice, Clay. Top 3 favorite designer colognes. I'm not going to say that right now because it's out of context with why you're asking it. Let's do favorite houses from designer. Lalique, Bentley, and probably Chanel. Close seconds would be like Tom Ford, Givenchy. Yeah, Dior and Givenchy would probably be close seconds. Would you layer Valentino Intense? No, I wouldn't. I would just overspray. Thank you guys for the 3K. I really appreciate it. Super appreciate it. Very grateful for it. And I will be blessing the community beyond belief with this next giveaway. I like Forever Wanted Elixir more versus the Parfum. You know, I can't mention this to you guys, but this giveaway for 3K, it's going to be much different than the last one, but the winners will probably fall in their chair and pass out because what I'm giving away this time around, I can't even mention it. Put it this way, I will change a few people's lives with this next giveaway. I like Forever Wanted Elixir more versus the Parfum. Okay, that's fair. I'm not hating. I prefer the Parfums. Favorite Burberry? None. I haven't worn Burberry in so long, man. Hero, you can't miss with Hero, but I'm just not a Burberry expert at this point. New to the channel, just subscribed. Thank you so much, FLC. Appreciate it. That's probably the only time you'll get a shout out on here. Scratch that, Joel. You will get a shout out if you subbed. Really want to get my hands on a bottle of Valentino Uomo Noir Absolute. Me too. What are you thinking about Hugo Boss Bottled Absolute? Boss Bottled Elixir, Boss Bottled Absolute, Boss Bottled Descent Magnetic, all on the same scale, and those get about an 8 or a 9 out of 10. What's your favorite from the LeBeau? From LeBeau? Is LeBeau a line? Are you talking about Jean-Paul Gaultier? I only recommend Le Male Elixir if you're asking about Jean-Paul Gaultier. Any thoughts on YSL Myself? Myself is a great smelling fragrance, but it's the worst YSL fragrance. Best to worst fragrances: YSL L'Homme, La Nuit de l'Homme Blue Electrique, Tuxedo, a tie between Y and Baby Cat, and then Myself. Thoughts on CK Shock? Old school. Any thoughts on Terre d'Hermès lineup? I mean, Hermes makes good fragrances. I respect the perfumer. I mean, Eau Givray, the Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, and Terre d'Hermès, I don't care which one you get. I love Terre d'Hermès, you know, grapefruit, bitter orange, vetiver, just classic. It's different. I wouldn't call it a mass appealing vetiver, even though it's sold a lot of fragrances. some women are off-put by how tart and earthy it is, but it is a staple vetiver fragrance in anyone's collection, and to me, it's sophisticated, classy, and different from any designer fragrances you could find. Oud Wood from Tom Ford. Should I return it? No. Tom Ford Oud Wood is one of the best layering fragrances of all time, even if you don't like it as a standalone. What's your favorite? Okay. Aqua Media Cologne Forte Pardon Baronda Ensan Swap. Yeah. Hey. Thank you. Opinions on Kamerakawa. It's the best Kamra to me. Would you do a memoir on Gucci Guilty Elixir? Absolutely. Yes. Review of Nautica Voyage. Blue, green apple, water notes. Royal Princess Oud by Creed. Haven't smelled it. Paradise Garden or Le Beau. Same fragrance. I mean, different DNAs, but same quality. You won't love Paradise Garden more than Le Beau. They're both good. What is your take on Kamra? Is it good? Kamra is a good smell. It's overly sweet. It's hard to feel masculine wearing Kamra, but it is a beautiful, great smell. I think it's unisex feminine leaning, so I lean towards Kamerakawa because I think that's perfectly unisex. Do you own or try Mancera French Riviera? French Riviera is a great fragrance. Great longevity, cheap, you can get a ton of juice, smells great. Looking to buy a L'Homme Sport Extreme because I love Versace Pour Homme. I'm going to do you one better, Jerry. Get Chanel L'Homme Sport Edition Blanche and thank me later. What's the best summer fragrance under 50 bucks? Honestly, probably Aero CDT. Opinions on Gucci Guilty Black. It's good. It is good. It is good. It's not... It's good. I'm not going to hate on it. You know, I give it an 8 out of 10. I heard Al Harmain Amber Oud is the best Baccarat Rouge 540. False. Club de Nuit Untold is the greatest Baccarat Rouge 540 clone, period. End of story. There's no debating it. Price, performance, accuracy, there's no debate. What's the best summer fragrance under 50 bucks? Already said. Paradise Garden or Le Beau. Guys, stop duplicate asking. You're going to get kicked. Is Supremacy Collector's Edition worth the hype and can it replace a Venice? No. This fragrance is worth the hype, but it is not Aventus. It is some kind of hybrid between Aventus Absolute and Nishane's Hasavat. It's got a hell of a lot of oak moss in it. If you want Aventus Absolute 1-to-1, you must get Armaf's, or is this Armaf? Yes, Armaf Club de Nuit Pre-Show 1. I cannot get this camera to focus tonight for the life of me. You're better off holding it up like this. This is the best Absolute Aventus ever made. Nothing clones Absolute Aventus perfectly, but this to me, out of everything sits at 90% and then it goes left or right. It either goes towards Versace Eros Energy or it veers off and tries to go towards freaking Nishane Hasavat. Or it goes down to Aventus Cologne. You know what I'm saying? If you want Absolute Aventus, this to me is about 95%. And the little 5% that it's off, it doesn't matter. The complement factor is insanely high. Now, I will say this. Both of these have insanely high complement factor. But the difference is this leans towards Hasavat. It tries to with the heavy oak moss. And this is more true to Absolute Aventus. I'm going to do a power ranking of every Aventus clone ever made soon. Because I'm realizing you guys freaking need it. Everybody needs to know about the entire Club de Nuit line. The entire Al Harmain. The entire Off Non Supremacy. The Nitro Black. The Mont Blanc Explorer. The Supremacy line. I mean, there's just... It's getting out of hand now. And I need to set the record straight on... And so what I'm going to have to do is take every Aventus clone on a bracket, a tournament bracket, and rate everything from S tier to garbage so you guys can finally know if you're shopping for Aventus, Hasavat, or Eros Energy, what clones you need to buy. I'm going to do that for the community because it blows my mind in 2025 why nobody has done that. That would be the most watched content video. And guys, feel free to take this from me because I'm confident that when I drop it, it will be the best thing out there. But if you want to ramp up a ton of views as a content creator in fragrance, do a power ranking of all the Aventus clones and put it all on one video so everybody can see and smell them. Smell them on camera. Have Aventus clone, absolute and original in your hand and power rank all of them. That video will probably go viral and you'll have 50,000 subs overnight. Tell them SB sent you because people are needing it. What do you think about Mancera Cedrat Boisé? Is it overhyped? I do think it's overhyped, but on paper it's not because it is one of the highest sold Manceras out there. I just feel like it smells old. Changing lives, blessing the community. Yes. Is Supremacy worth the hype? How does it compare with Aventus? Supremacy is not Aventus. If I ended up finding a bottle of Noir Absolute, I'll make sure I get you a decant. Clay, really appreciate that. You'll get a huge shout out on the episode I shoot for that review. Have a good night, Pyramid. What's the best fragrance to get females asking for a friend? Let me see if I understand that right. What's the best to get females asking for a friend? I don't know what that means. Armoff Mega Man, never heard of it. Wait, no, I have heard of it. Not a fan. Oh, I thought it was the gold edition. Thanks for the correction. Haven't been able to get into any Gucci fragrances, unfortunately. You're not missing a lot. Anything new happening with Paris Corner for 2025? I'm not sure. I will do an update for that because it's been a minute since I've really got current 2025 data on Armoff, Latafa, Maison Alhambra, and all the other knockoff stuff, French Avenue and all that. I think I'm going to talk to ChatGPT tonight and get me all the 2025 releases so we can start walking through all of them. Thoughts on Xerjoff Apollonia? Super interested for a fragrance to smell like the moon. That fragrance is awesome. Shout outs to Selly. Selly has that fragrance and he swears by it. He says it literally smells like the moon. I got Supremacy and get compliments everywhere, bro. I had my dentist assistant acting up. Hey, nothing wrong with that. If you had to only pick 3 frags that are lady killers, what would you pick 30 and under? Ooh, lady killer, 30 years old. Wait, 30 years. I'm going to assume you meant 30 and under in age, not money, because that you're trying to get lady killers for under 30 bucks. Under the age of 30, no question, Lamal Elixir, no question. Gentleman Reserve Privé from Givenchy, no question. Valentino Uomo Intense, no question. Dior Homme Parfum 2025, and the only reason I say that over Dior Homme Intense is because if you're under 30, you're playing with girls, as far as I'm concerned. Women are ready for Intense, girls are ready for Parfum in that fragrance in particular. Sensual Killers, Bulgari Man in Black, killer. Prada Black, killer. In the niche, Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio. Even though I don't wear this particular fragrance, Side Effect is a lady killer. Trace Oros from Day 3, no question. By Killian, Straight to Heaven Extreme. And then you need a good tropical. So for me, this always gets them. Yes, you're going to kind of smell a little bit like a hair conditioner or a hairspray, but this is one of the best tropical fragrances ever made. I say it's a mango fragrance, even though mango is not a note, but if you're talking about God of Fire, Bonnie, any of your favorite mango fragrances, I don't care. This one trumps all of them to me. Herba Gold. It's certainly way better than Herba Pura. If you're on vacation or you're near water and you're not wearing Millesime Imperial from Creed, this better be the fragrance you're wearing. Because I promise you, you will get so many compliments. Because you guys got to up your game a little bit. This is not a play for what's the most masculine fragrance. This is a play where you wear what she wants to smell. That's why you wear something like this, because it's going to be familiar enough to her where she's mad she didn't buy it, but it's smoother in its sweetness, because Herba Pura really goes tropical, really goes feminine leaning, whereas this just kind of goes feminine leaning. It's really just a juicy, rich mango skin type of fragrance. Even mango skin from Wilhelm is a good one too. But Herba Gold, man, I have never seen a guy miss with Herba Gold ever in life. Ever in life. You need a fragrance like Herba Gold for anything water, anything boat, anything resort, boat party, hotel, cookout. It will knock everything down. Trust me. Guys, just trust me. Would you just trust me? Have you heard of Babylon by Prada? I have. Your best all-weather budget fragrance. All-weather? I don't have a best. Lalique White and Black would be a great one. Rating for imagination, 8 out of 10. Thoughts on Rayhan Pacific, 7 out of 10. Blind buying Paco Rabanne's Aqua is a good choice. Not sure about that. Top 3 Xerjoff. To me right now, Herba Gold, Casa Marati Mephisto, Casa Marati Lyra. See, here's the thing. Here was the mistake I made with Xerjoff. If you ask the world what Xerjoffs you should get, they will say things like Torino, Renaissance, Naxos, 40 knots. They'll say stuff like that. Herba Pura. All my favorite Xerjoffs are not those 5. So I might not be the best reference to ask. YSL Eau de Parfum is beautiful. It is. Do you have Calvin Klein CK Herrera Cobalt? I have it in a decant. I don't think it's bottle worthy, but for people who don't have a lot of fragrances that are into designers, it is bottle worthy. 50 and under total confidence when entering a room. 50 and under total confidence when entering a room. Ooh, Desert Rain from day 3. Believe it or not, to me, this is like 20 or 30% better than one of the best fragrances ever made, Acqua di Gio Profumo. You can never walk in a room with Initio's Oud for Greatness and feel like you're not the best smelling guy in the room. No, you can't. And again, this is not sexy seductive. This is, I am the best smelling man in the room. Seduction would be a completely different thing. Tom Ford, Grey Vetiver, Eau de Parfum. Call me crazy, I don't care. Even something like Taif Oud from Roja. Rose Oud, super fresh, different. Masculine, slightly feminine touches, but one of the more masculine, mass-appealing Rose Oud fragrances, even over Oud Satin Mood and all that nonsense. Ensemble Suave from Matiere Premier. You can't not feel like you've got 100-pound you-know-what with this fragrance. I mean, what else do you need if you have this? Nasamato Pardon. No one's smelling better than you. Le Leon, Coral Mandel from Chanel. No one's smelling better than you. Best booze and tobacco? Ombre Noir from Lalique. Tobacco, slight cinnamon, drenched in cognac, papyrus, bergamot, mint, frankincense, and myrrh. Oh my gosh, if you go to a lounge, if you got a suit, if you just need people to feel your masculine energy and just have a tiny bit of nuts of the tiniest bit of vanilla in the background by like 5 or 10%, just to let her know you're not a creep. This is one of the best booze cognacs in tobacco, one of the smoothest tobaccos, one of the most tastefully drenched in alcohol cognacs, one of the best tobaccos of all time to me. 40, 50 bucks. It's always sold out. But yeah, those are some. Are you guys gonna let me go to sleep tonight? What's the best Lamal elixir alternative to you? Latafa Kingdom. It is the best. Lionheart is as good as Kingdom, but higher in mint. Therefore, it's a Lamal elixir remix. Disregard Rayhan and Hawass and Zamaya. Thoughts on Latafa Kingdom? It is phenomenal, and I have it. Sorry, I may have missed your answer. Opinion on women's Gucci Guilty Black? I don't think all women can wear that fragrance. You have to put your nose to it, and you will either fall in love with it or it will totally not be your tea. It's a 50-50 thing with most women, I think, who come across that fragrance. Angel Share, phenomenal unisex fragrance, one of the best of all time. I don't wear it a lot because I think the clone of Paris Corner Fire Your Desire gets me plenty in the door. I think it's 1-to-1. Yeah. Renaissance is not all that. I don't like Renaissance. I think it's too sharp and it's too fake smelling. I'm not going to spend $300 to smell like fake lemon or fake citrus. Best clone of Lamal Elixir, Kingdom, no question. Favorite top, middle, and base notes. I don't care about top, middle, and base, but what I will say is I love vetiver. I love grapefruit. I love sage. I love cactus blossom. I love violet leaf. I love mandarin orange. I love cognac. Rose and oud I'm very particular with because most roses, ouds, and rose ouds are terrible and I would never recommend them. But the ones that I've come across, I am absolutely like punch drunk in love with. Like for instance, Baranda, right? Best whiskey rose you've ever smelled in your life. You wouldn't even think you'd want that as a fragrance. Oh. That was the first time I sprayed the air tonight when 100% of the fume got right in my nose hairs. But Baranda, whiskey rose, you wouldn't think that that would be seductive. 1 or 2 sprays last the whole day. Baranda is funny because I went to LA in Hollywood and went to this place called the Scent Room. And I was so overwhelmed with how much independent niche was there. And Baranda was the only 3 ml I bought. And I paid $35 for a 3 ml. I paid 1/3 of the price of the bottle, like an idiot. But I had to take it home and I had to have it. So some of the best rose ouds. Taifa oud from Roja. Good rose fragrance. Atomic Rose from Initio. Yeah, Rhodes and... I've answered the question. I digress. I think Bulgari Man Wood Essence is underrated all-season fragrance. I don't think it's underrated. I think if you know kind of fragrance, but it's very good. What do you think of Angel Share? Amazing. What are you saying about the new French Avenue Vulcan Fouet God of Fire dupe? It's a really good God of Fire dupe, but it's not God of Fire. It's a remix, but it has incredible projection, longevity, and sillage. Lasts forever, high compliment factor. It's a great buy. Probably one of the best God of Fires out there. How do you feel about Parfums de Marly House? My favorite Parfums de Marly is Galloway, Wajon, and Carlisle. If you want the most versatile fragrance from Parfums de Marly, you have to get Sedley, probably. Thoughts on French Lover? 8 out of 10. SB, what's the green bottle behind the square MF? Oh, this was Aqua Media Forte from Maison Francis Kirkjohn. I did a review on this today. Guys, tread cautiously. Like I was saying earlier with the fragrance you wore for women, which is Herba Gold. You know, you wear that for the women. This is a fragrance as a man where unless you're wearing this for the ladies, it will feel feminine to you. Because there's really interesting notes in here that make this fragrance feel vegetal. And I'll explain that in a second. So a lot of you guys signed off already. But for those of you who are interested, if you're taken aback by a lot of vegetal scents, I think 2 of the most mass appealing vegetal scents that you can get into is this one, Aqua Media Forte, and Midsummer's Dream from Roja. This, ignore the notes, because you're going to see things like fennel, you know, green tea or matcha green tea or something, matcha tea, mate. This smells like cucumber, cold cucumber water and like honeydew. Cold cucumber water and honeydew. The fennel backdrop gives it a bit of vegetalness, and what I mean by that is it kind of feels like a cold day picking up lettuce out of the ground soil. Like like picture a cold day, you know, it might be like 40 or 50 degrees and you picked out lettuce from the ground. What that would smell like on a cold day. It has a bit of that in the background behind this cucumber water and honeydew feel. But women love this because it smells like similar of a note profile as something like a really expensive hair conditioner for women, you know, because women's shampoos and conditioners, they're used to a cucumber melon or cucumber water or green tea, a green tea hair spray or a tea tree oil. It's got very much a almost aromatherapeutic shampoo feel. And so they're not taken back by this. Women love this. And that's why you should wear it, because the compliment factor is high off women. You got to be confident enough to rock a fragrance like this. I just think it's super unique. It almost takes you to the, you know, expensive section of Bath and Body Works a little bit, but it smells super luxurious, and that vegetal vibe gives it a texture where no one will smell like you who wears stuff like this. Highly signature. The compliment factor is insanely high. The longevity is beautiful too for a light, crisp, airy fragrance like that. Have you tried Plum Cognac by Scents of Woods? I have. Great fragrance. I have Creed Aventus, Le Male Parfum, YSL, EDP. Now I'm thinking of getting 1 to 3 dupes. Which one should I definitely get? For Creed Aventus, Armand Club de Nuit Per Show 1. Le Male Parfum, just YouTube Le Male Parfum clone. There's a beautiful one that just came out last year that I forget the name. YSL, EDP. It really doesn't matter what you get. You can get Fakar Black. You can get Maison Alhambras. Yeah, all of them are close. Fakar is really close. All of these are way out of my price range. No, a lot of the stuff I named is like $30, $40. And most of the stuff I'm naming that are big dogs, you can get clones of. I make candles, consider myself an alchemist when it comes to combining fragrances. I love, love, love Gucci Guilty Black. It's been my favorite for 8 years. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Gucci Guilty Black is a scent that as a woman, they will either fall madly in love with that scent or they will really hate it. I don't think it's a notorious, mass appealing women's scent, but to those that love it, they're madly in love. And I do think it's a very well-made fragrance. I actually do like it as well myself. This guy has extremely high taste and sense. Can you describe the scent of Le Male Elixir and the distinction between Lattafa Kingdom? There's no difference between Lattafa Kingdom and Le Male Elixir. When we're talking about Le Male Elixir, we're mainly dealing with a smooth tobacco, a bit ashy, but for the most part, a smooth tobacco, vanillic backbone, and spices on top with, and then what brightens that profile up is lavender, bergamot, and mint. So you don't get a lot of mint like sitting in the Alpines like mint. It's more of it brushes with lavender to kind of give it just a freshness to what would normally be a very dark, seductive note profile. You know, smooth pipe tobacco and vanilla would be rich and kind of here, and the bergamot, lavender, mint kind of blooms it to be fresher, and it gives it kind of like a spritz to it. So that's the feeling when you're wearing Le Male Elixir, is you're wearing this tobacco vanillic scent that has this heightened spritz of lavender, mint, and when I say bergamot, you will not smell citrus, but bergamot is added as a top note to a lot of fragrances to just open a fragrance up and make it feel brighter. And I think that that brightness is beautiful. What makes Le Male Elixir different from the rest of the Jean Paul Gaultier line is it's just a little bit more complex. It's more sexier to me because the vanilla is the most requested note in perfumery. So I think all the Jean Paul Gaultiers go vanillic, but some go tropical, some go fresh and romantic. Le Male Elixir just goes all in on romantic and just gives you the full brunt of that with tobacco, vanilla, lavender, mint. It's just sexy. I mean, it truly is incredible. Le Male Elixir is another fragrance where it's like if you bought it, I do think it's blind buy worthy as a bottle. But today, Lattafa Kingdom nailed it. I mean, I get insanely high compliments with Kingdom, no question. And to me, it's 1-to-1. Smoke Sage, Linen, Cactus Jade combination is top tier. Yeah, hey, listen, I love Linen, I love Sage, I love Cactus. I don't know about Cactus Jade, but this fragrance right here, you might want to get into this, Diana. Some of the notes in this is rain, so petrichor. It's a rain accord, the smell of rain. It has cactus blossom, juniper, and green tea. Absolutely killer. I think based off what you've been mentioning so far, you would absolutely love this fragrance. Day 3 fragrances, Desert Rain. Incredible. Quick question. I'm going on a trip to Tunisia with friends. What fragrance would you recommend? Something fresh, beachy, Mediterranean vibes. What would you recommend? Oceania from Roja. That would be my expensive recommendation. You could probably nab this up for like around the 150 to 200 price point. If you want something luxurious, this smells like you jumped into an ocean, and the ocean, rather than tasting like salt water, tasted like white champagne, like Moscato, like a fruity white champagne. That's what this smells like. It uses florals, citruses, a sparkle note, and it's very white, like it's very clean, open, airy. Imagine being on $1 million yacht wearing this. It would just turn an insane amount of heads, and nothing out on the market quite smells like Oceania. So if you can afford the $150 to $200 price point, cool. If you need something cheaper, still in that lane of freshness and beauty, if you're a man, I would say go Vetiver Sensual or Pearl or Jardin Exclusive from Mancera. Beautiful fragrances you can get for about $70 to $100, and you get big giant bottles. Smells luxurious, lasts forever. If you want something more tropical, outdoorsy, go Pearl or Jardin Exclusive. Just look at the notes on Fragrantica, see which one you gravitate towards more. Another beautiful fragrance I have to mention if you could spend $150. Day 3 fragrance is Bonnie. Probably one of the best tropical soft touch fragrances that has monstrous longevity and sillage out there. My wife wears it. I steal it from my wife. It just, tropical scents tend to be loud and fruity and floral. And this has all of those elements quieted down to be more clean and fresh, but still has, you know, a little bit of peach, a little bit of mango. But it lasts forever. Like the sillage, it has a champagne-ness to it. So the sillage and longevity is really special. And that fragrance is $155. If you just need a cheapy outdoor fresh, if you're a man, well, you need longevity. You're outdoors and it's hot. I would say something like Versace Eros EDT if you need to go ultra cheap. You really can't lose there. It doubles as a date night scent because it's vanillic, but it's so fresh that you can wear it all day. And the EDT is only $35 for 100 ml, and it lasts 10 hours plus, even the EDT. Do you find a difference between Turkish Rose and Damascus Rose? 100%. 100%. I mean, you have tons of stuff. You have Damask Rose, you have Turkish Rose, you have Rose de Mai, you have Taif Rose, you have May. Oh yeah, Rose de Mai would be May Rose. Yeah, there's a lot of different roses, and to be honest, I think they're all beautiful. The problem is perfumers don't know how to balance rose well. So I think I'm a Taif guy. I would say Taif Oud from Roja, or Atomic Rose, which combines 2 roses, or Oud Silk Mood, not Oud Satin Mood, Oud Silk Mood, or Ormond Jane's Taif, stuff like that. But I'm finding that I think I actually like all the other roses. It's just people don't blend them right. The ratio's off. You can't have too much rose and you can't have too little rose. Let's see. Hey, bro, guys, I'm telling you right now, I know I keep saying I'm going to sign off, but in 5 minutes, if I don't get through all these questions, I will be signing off. So I'm going to do my best in 5 minutes to catch up to the bottom of chat. Hey, bro, I'm confused whether Le Male Parfum or Le Male Elixir, which one to buy. Le Male Elixir, don't look back. For some reason, I think Platinum Egoist and Fahrenheit EDT are similar. Similar vibe, not similar notes. I actually prefer original Egoist over Platinum Egoist by a long shot. Wow, you're so good at describing scents, I feel like I can smell it through the screen. Hey, that's why people come here and ask a lot of questions for 2 hours and make me lose sleep. Which is crazy. I have jury duty tomorrow. I'm so pissed. Bulgari Man in Black EDP, what's your take? Incredible scent. I have it behind me. You see it. Yeah, man, it's great, but a smoky version of YSL EDP. Yeah, I have Fakar, but honestly, I think YSL you should be buying. No, I'm talking about the 1 to 3 dupes that are different from YSL EDP, Creed Avon, and Le Male Parfum. Oh, sorry. What's a good perfume to gift a woman? Bond number 9, New York Flowers, YSL Libre EDP, Day 3 fragrances, Bonnie. Yeah, no, I can't help with that, Pixel. I can't help. Those selections are too diverse for me to narrow in on one. Cheap Nautica Voyage, a bit designer, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense, or Bulgari Aquamarine. None of them. Get Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue forever. Odyssey Supremacy Collector's Edition Creed. Okay, Creed, and just save it for Le Male Parfum. I would go Collector's Edition first, Y second, and Le Male Parfum last. Especially since Le Male Parfum has a great clone out right now. Thoughts on Initio fragrances? Musk Therapy is the best. I also love Absolute Aphrodisiac. And then, to me, all of these fragrances tie. Side Effect. No, I take that back. Best fragrances in the line, to me, is Musk Therapy, Absolute Aphrodisiac, and Atomic Rose. After that, Side Effect, Blessed Barack, Paragon, all that stuff tie to me in third place, or in fourth place, actually. Musk Therapy is the most versatile. Absolute Aphrodisiac is the sexiest, and Atomic Rose is the most unique. Which one is sexier, Liquid Brun or Lattafa Kingdom? Kingdom, no question. Liquid Brun is too sweet. It still has a high compliment factor with the younger crowd, but Kingdom, no matter what age you are, you will get mad compliments and you will feel good wearing it. Spending $50, $60 on a dupe when the real thing costs $100 makes no sense. It only makes no sense to the people it makes no sense with. There are millions of people paying $50 and $60 for clones. That's why inventors of clones are out on yachts right now in Dubai and are laughing at comments like that. They just held an Armaf and Lattafa festival in Dubai, and it was like the size of 3 football fields. Clone houses are doing very well, and that's because people do see the value in it. Some people don't, but the people that don't aren't paying their bills. So, you know, there's a place for everybody in fragrance, and there's a place for every creator in fragrance as well. I mean, okay, so let me read this, Pixel. I have YSL, Creed, and Le Male, but now what other type of fragrance should I get? I'm not talking about the dupes of Creed. Okay, I need a different fragrance. So you have YSL, Creed, and Le Male. But the thing that I'm confused about is YSL and Creed are a house, and Le Male is a fragrance. So which YSL and Creed fragrance do you have? Are you just claiming you have the entire house? Clarify your question and I'll get to it. Oh, I'd recommend something fresh and blue. Is Fragrance World Spectre Ghost a safe blind buy? I think so, Manav. Absolutely. What is your all-time top petrichor fragrance? No question, day 3. No question, day 3, Desert Rain. No question. Where's the Creed? It's right there by my bald head. I recently bought Aqua de Gio Profondo, John Varvatos XXX Intense, and Hawas. Okay, those are good fragrances. I'm saving up for a bike, something cheap and dupe I would wear for under 50, 60 bucks. Pixel, get Lalique White. Good, inexpensive smelling fragrance, a lot. Thoughts on Initio fragrances? Already went over that. Is there something better than... What's Lamani? Also, last question for me. What's your opinion on Issey Miyake Lotus Sea EDT? It's fresh, it's nice, it's average. eBay is epic for good deals on testers. Yeah, but you better know the seller ratings. You got to check your seller ratings on eBay. Hawas OG, and same thing with Mercari and all that stuff. Hawas OG smells like Aqua de Gio Absolute, which is discontinued. Aqua de Gio Absolute, I don't recall being discontinued. And even if it is, the Parfum and the Elixir are close enough to the Absolute and me. Bulgarian Rose, Halfeti, Somali. Yeah, there's so many Rose. Have you tried Florida Mall? No, I have not. What fragrance are you wearing to jury duty? I really don't want to waste my juice on jury duty, to be honest with you. We'll see. I'll probably come out the gate swinging with Desert Rain, and then if it's really pissing me off to be there, because they said I'm supposed to be there for like 3 to 8 days, I might just go dumb cheap and go Bentley Black Edition. Keep it super simple. I don't want to wear a fragrance that says I love being here. Best femme fatale, sexy female fragrance in your opinion? Ooh. See, I've got weird taste. I've got really weird taste in feminine sense, because to me, I pair fragrances with women based off of their outfit and their personality. And a lot of women wear scents to me that don't fit them as people, and they come off very odd. Femme fatale. Probably... That is such a good question. It's probably something from the Chanel exclusive line. I think Chanel does that category better than most in a classical way. Modern house, I would probably go with something from Initio. Or even Bond Number 9 makes some killer sense for women in that category. Tom Ford even. Grand Soir. Grand Soir as well. That's a tough one. I'm not a woman. And my wife wears very natural angelic, so that's not in that category. Yeah, that's a tough one for me. Thank you for the good luck on the jury duty. I hope I'm out of there tomorrow. Thank you, brother. Thank you, universe. Subscribe, very knowledgeable. Take your time to answer questions. Keep it up. Thank you, Mustafa. I'd love to send you some of my sample candles to get your thought on my scent combinations. Diana, if you look into the description of any of my videos, I have a private mailbox specifically for people that send me fragrance-related materials. If you'd like to send me something, I'd be more than happy to review them and shout you out. Or if you just want me to review them privately, I'm more than happy to as well. Just write me a little letter of what you want me to do with it, and your name. And if you want the shout outs, I'll give them to you. But I do have a private mailbox, so you can see that address in the description of any of my videos on the bottom. And I would appreciate that. I'd be absolutely happy to do that. How to check original Armoff Club D Nui Intense Man Limited Edition when buying, sir. Oh, I got to the bottom of chat. How to check original Armoff Club D Nui Intense Man Limited Edition when buying. I don't think you should really be concerned with getting originals when you're buying Club D Nui. You're paying $30. Oh, come on. Come on, Zane. You got to go in timeout. Give your mom her phone back. Okay, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for an incredible night. I thank you guys so much. I hope you guys realize when I sit here for 120 minutes standing up that I care about the community and I care about bringing value. I want to thank you guys so much for getting me past 3K subs. I only needed like 10 tonight. I'm sure it's well over that because the chat was quite interactive and we've been doing like 30 to 70 subs every night for like the last 2 weeks I've been live. I really appreciate you guys and value your guys' time. That's why I thoughtfully go through every question. If you're new to this channel, I post about 2 to 4 videos every single day on fragrance. We talk about everything from cheapies, clone dupe inspired, designer, niche, independent niche. I interview perfumers. I go to boutiques. I get under the hood and discuss all things fragrance, whether you're somebody on a budget or a beginner or somebody who's really technical and advanced. Great thing about this channel is I don't speak on fragrances I've only smelled one time in my life and never again. I will only speak on fragrances I have and I wear or that's in my utility basket. I have over 500 decants that I can refer to at any time, OGs of originals and just new things out there. And so if you're into fragrance content at all, I bring entertainment, game shows, reviews, obviously, and I've been posting more than once every single day since I started. And the channel's been going on right now for about a year. We have almost 800 videos out right now and almost at 1 million views. So the feedback has been awesome. Hopefully you guys feel the authenticity and the passion, and hopefully you guys were entertained tonight. I need to sleep. I have jury duty in the morning, but I am so grateful for you guys. That's why I stay up and put in the extra time. Love you guys. Give the channel a shot for a week. Sub to me for a couple of days. You'll know right away whether this is somewhere you want to call home or if it's not your tea. But I appreciate the consideration. You guys have a blessed rest of your night. And until next time, peace.